Alright, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to continue with the styling of our show page in Blogify, right? And just to inform you, there's one small thing that I did off the video, right? And it was like moving this on the right and this on the left. So that does not require any effort. If you weren't able to think of it, this class column 3 div was up here before when we left in the last video. It was here, right? So all that I did was I removed it from here and I pasted it in here, right, down. So that will make it like this for you, and then we can continue. So the reason I did that is one, we have a box shadow, right, and whenever there's a box shadow, it's on the right and bottom. So I actually like to have it have the right and bottom in a place where they're actually really visible and not in the side like they were before, right? Plus, I've also increased the padding here to 60 pixels from 40, right? So you could do that too. Great. So now I think we can do better, and I think this looks a little better. One, because in the previous format, a blog of this length would have looked good, but as soon as the length was getting too large, it would not have looked good because having nothing on the left and a lot of things on the right often makes it look a little weird because we are like accustomed to seeing everything on the left first. So now it would look better even if it was a long blog. And plus, even if this blog had an image, what we could add that later or we could not. I've not decided on it yet. So if this blog has an image, then even that will look good up here, right? It would not have looked good on the right. So these were the reasons that I thought that we should basically swap these two things, and now it looks much better. So now let's continue with the styling. So first off, this go somewhere, let's change this to email, right? Let's give an option to email the author. So where's that? That's actually down here. So it will be email. Write to me. And the href would be and it will be mail to. So what you can do is mail to is actually a thing that you can give inside the href of an anchor tag, and what this will do is this will open your mail and send a mail to this particular ID, right? It will open your mail for editing. You can edit it and this ID will come prefilled, right? So I'll do johndoe@example.com. Refresh. I click on this and it will open my mail, right? Great. So yeah, we can do that. And so now this looks good enough and great. So eventually we could have, I'm not saying we could have like a upvote and a downvote button down here, and that would require separate routes. But for now, we're going to just style the comments, right? So let's do that. So comments are actually already really close to what I wanted them to be. So what I'll do is I'll do down up here. So this is the thing that's adding the comment, right? So I'll not make this a UL. And I'll make this a paragraph. And let's see how that looks. And I'll rather not have this as a li, right? Great. And so now this looks a little better, and like what we could do is we could this comment.author, right? So we could like this would be a really crude selection what we're going to do right now, but on our page this would work really well, so I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm going to select all the strong tags inside of the column 9, right? strong. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the font size a little. So I'll do, let's say, let's try with 2 rem and we'll adjust if we need to. One. Perfect. So it's like a really small difference, but it does still look good. So I think this will look good now, and we could like add another HR down here after this comment. So after we have this content, I'll do an HR refresh. So now this actually does look a little better, and I think this will look even better when we have more amount of comments. So let's visit our page that has a lot of comments. I think this was the one. So no, this doesn't have comments. Let's go back. This was the one. So the content here is really small, so it doesn't look really good. I mean, the thing is that the data that we are adding right now is not really good data for testing. So, and we've noticed one more error here, right? So it's not really good data for testing, and that's why we're not able to see the exact real look of what our blog would be. And we should like have a good amount of data. This is not a really good practice. Let's add a couple more comments here, and then we'll get a better look. And the last will be again Rondo. So now you can see down here we have some comments, they look good enough, and we have the content here, the heading here, the author here. So that's great, and this button works too, and we can have the add a comment button down here. So the show page is more or less like I had thought it should be, and we are like styling our website really primitively for now. When you are making a non proper website, you would like decide of a theme in your head, and then you properly go forward with that theme. Currently we're not doing any theme, we are even keeping the backgrounds as they are. So it does look a little simple, but it looks decent enough to be on a good, like, if to be a good blog site, right? Great. And the one thing that we've noticed just here is that the whole thing is displayed here too. Of course we do not want that, so that's the last thing that we'll fix in this video. So I'll go to views, and not the new.ejs, it will be the home.ejs. Let's go to that. Home.ejs, it's here, right? And when we are doing item.content, let's just do dot substring 0 350, and after that I will say dot dot dot. And I think 350 is a little bit, it's a little too much for here. Let's do for 250. Looks much better. Or rather 150. Alright, looks much better. And now this looks like a proper home page. And the thing is, so I've probably not explained what the substring does, is that this whole thing is a string, right? So what happens is that this substring method, when you do it on a string, it returns the string from this particular index to this particular index. If you think of a string as a character array, right? So the 0th index is the first character, and the 150th index is the 150th character in this string. So it just basically cuts off the string at this 150th character, and we get only the first 150, right? Great. So now our site, whatever we have till now, is working good enough, and great, excellent. So these do not look good. I'll probably see if I want to delete them before we start with the next thing. But for now, this looks good, and we can end with the styling. We can move on to a further topic, right? Great. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.